Hello everyone, in this video I would be telling you about Java Beans Unit 4 Part 1. So in this video we will discussing about the syllabus of Java Beans Part 1, that is Java Beans. What is Java Beans? We will discussing Java Bean component model, we will discussing Bean development environment, we will discussing creating Java Bean class, exploring index, bound and constraint properties. First of all, a Java Bean is a Java class that should follow the following conventions. So it should have no argument constructor. So if you're talking about Java Beans, you must remember that it should have no argument constructor. It should be serializable. It should provide methods to set and get the values of the properties known as getter and setter method. And this is a small program of Java Beans in which Java program to illustrate the structure of Java Bean class. You have to write public class test bean, private string name, public void set. As we say in beans, you have to write a set method and get method. So set name with an argument, that is string name. And remember that in set there is an argument and in get method there is no argument. So you can see that public string get name doesn't have any argument, return name. Fine. Then syntax for the setter and getter method. This is a proper syntax. You can read it from here. No issue in that. Talking about the this is again the same get set. You can see there is an argument in this program. Get, there is no argument. So this is a bean example in depth. Very easy. Same as that. Just they have created an object student S. They have just object created, and then you can see that they have put that object, and then they have called GF. They want to print that in the output screen, so they are using system.out.println. And as you already know, when you write system, you have to write S capital for system.out.println. So that's okay. Then coming to the next part, that is Java Bean component model. So in component model, they say that Java Bean was introduced in 1996 by Sun Microsystem and defined as, so this is a proper definition of Java Beans, that is a Java Bean is a reusable platform independent component that can be manipulated visually in a builder tool. So this is a proper, it is reusable, so Java Beans can be used again and again. It's a platform independent component, can be manipulated using, now it can be changed or it can be manipulated using builder tool. So all swing AWT classes are Java Beans. GUI components are idle Java Beans. AWT, you understand, that is abstract window toolkit. Now these are the components of Java Beans. So they are just telling about the components. They say they are the properties, they are methods, events and persistence. So this you can read, very easy it is written. This is a diagram which shows Java Bean components. This is a class altogether. In class, it contains data members, methods, and constructor. You already know there are three types of constructor: copy constructor, default constructor, and parameterized constructor. So constructor they are saying altogether. And then there is Java Bean component which consists of public class, public no argument constructor, may have SSR method, may have registration designation method. Now Java Bean properties, as we say that in Java Beans we have two kind of properties: get property name function and set property name function. Get and set basically they are. So they have given example of that. Very easy. Advantages of Java Beans. So they says following are some advantages of Java Beans, that is reusable in different environments. Of course, as in the definition we have already stated, that is reusable. Used to create applet, servlet applications or other components. Java Beans are dynamic, can be customized. It can easily be changed with builder tool, as we have discussed in the definition. Can be deployed in network systems. Then Bean development environment. So this about the environment, they are telling that we have Bdk, that is Bean development kit, is a development environment to create, configure and test Java Beans. The features of Bdk environment are: provide a GUI to create, configure and test Java Beans, enable you to modify Java Bean properties and link multiple Java Beans in an application using Bdk, provide a set of simple sample Java Beans, enables, now this is a Java Bean kit. Okay, kit means that you have many things of Java Bean environment all together. So all these they are mentioned, that it execute and run .bat files of Bdk. So basically they are .bat files. in BDK to start bed development environment. Now they are the BDK kits, which include toolbox, beanbox, properties, and method tracer. So in the coming PPT, we will be seeing the picture of toolbox, beanbox, property, and method tracer. So this is the toolbox image. In this, it contains, this is how it look like. You can see. Then there's a beanbox in which there is a file, editor, view. So we have all this. You can elaborate also if you want. Fine. This is how it's written. Okay. Then we come to, this is the property window. In the property window, you can see we have background property, foreground, name, font, and method tracer. Method tracer is basically a kind of debugging tool, debugging messages and method calls of a Java Beans application. So debugging means to correct errors or rectify errors. Fine. So creating a Java Bean class, this is a simple Java Bean class. Basically, you have to see there must be a set method and there must be a get method. Set method has an argument and get method doesn't have a argument. And otherwise, the program is just simple as we have already done earlier. Coming to the last topic of this PPT, that is exploring index, bound, and constraint properties. So what is index property? They say an index property is an array instead of a single value. So they say indexed means there is an array of values. That means instead of single value, there is an array. In this case, the bean class provides a method of getting and setting the entire array. So this is how they have defined an array. Fine. So index is array of values. You can see the program as well. Then come to the bound properties. A bound property notifies listeners when its value changes. There are two implementations. So they say bound means bound. What do you mean by bound? Bound means if I say I'm bound to 5 from 5 to 10 only, you have to name the numbers, right? So that is a bound. So bound properties, they always define the boundaries. Fine. The bean class identify add property change listener and remove property change listener methods to maintaining the bean listeners. When a bound property is changed, the bean sends a property change event to its registered listeners. Property change event and property change listeners live in java.bean package. So they are telling where they are founded. The Java Bean package is also include a class property change support that takes care of most of the work of bound properties. This handy class keeps track of property listeners and includes a convenience method that fires property change events to all registered listeners. Now this is example. Fine, you can see that it's easy. Set and get method. Set has a parameter. Get doesn't have. Coming to the last property, that is constraint properties. Constraint means constraint is always a condition. When we are maintaining a condition, a constraint property is special kind of bound property. For a constraint property, the bean keeps track of a set of veto listeners. When a constraint property is about to change, the listeners are consulted about the change. Any one of the listener has a chance to veto the change, in which case the property remains unchanged. To understand changes in the mouth with example, it's showing the condition is a special kind of bound property. So this is how they are changed. With now the one which are in the capital, in the bold letters, you can see that. So they are using vetoable change support and then new vetoable change support. Fine. This means for the current what they're talking about. This is a simple program, nothing much. Thank you. I hope you understand the video. Thank you and have a nice day. Thank you.